Hey, how you doing, guys? This Homicide in Town. I wanted to conduct this video that I've been promising you guys for a long time about my Solin1 25 generator. This is a portable generator you can take anywhere you go, camping and stuff like that. You can actually power small household devices as well, and you can use this for an emergency situation. So I'm gonna flip it around. I'm gonna show you guys how this thing is built. I'm gonna try to describe it the best way I can. So this here is the inverter. As you see, it's on. I just cut it on. I plugged the main power source up. It says unplug here for long-term storage, and please feed me sunshine often. That's what that says right there. And it tells you the battery life and other things as well. You know, got the USB ports and stuff on there. Here's the power inverter here. And the battery sources are in the tubes. There's lithium batteries in here. And they're very powerful. So that's 4 on this side and 4 on this side as well. And I have the emergency power supply right here, cutoff switch. So yeah, it also has a battery built in this 250 watt inverter here. So I'm going to conduct the test by plugging this heater up there. And I'm going to show you guys what the USB thing is when you plug the light sources up to it. So this is great for an emergency situation, you know, if you need to plug some stuff up. You know, and there's several things I can plug up to this thing. So those are the light bulbs right there. And I'm going to actually flip this around so I can show you guys how it looks when I flip it around. So yeah, this is the Solin1 25. I've been promising you guys this video for a while, and I haven't had time to make the video because I've been extremely busy. But I also got some older solar panels, some more solar panel videos that I'm going to conduct as well, so I can show you guys those, like the Anchor and the Go Zero and stuff like that. But I want to do this test right now so I can show you guys how this comes out. Now, I never done this test. It's going to be my first time doing this test. So I want to plug this heater up. Okay. So the heater now is plugged up, as you see. The inverter is on. The charge controller is on. So let's turn on the power. Oh, okay. There we go. Okay, so guys, as you see, it's not powerful enough to run this heater. So we know that's a no-no. So let's try to unplug this and try to plug the heater up and make sure maybe that's it. I didn't check the wattage on the heater, but it also got a safety mode and a fuse cutoff switch on here as well. Okay, so it's not powerful enough to power a small heater. Maybe a fan. I did see a guy running some type of power tool off here, but I don't know the wattage on that power tool, and I don't know the wattage on his heater. But I just took the chance to try to conduct that video. But they say it's powerful enough to power small household devices. So I got to see what type of household devices are those. Maybe an iron, maybe a toaster, maybe a couple of little small household devices you can plug up. But as you see, it will not do a heater. I tried the heater. That won't work unless I gotta turn the charge controller up or something like that, maybe. You know, so if you guys can check out some other videos on the Solin1 25, because I think that he did some things to increase the wattage, so you can use a bigger device. You know, so let me know how that turns out. But this is a great it is a great tool to use in an emergency situation, but it's not powerful enough for a heater. It may be powerful enough for a small heater like this, but maybe I gotta increase. I have to look at the manual, and maybe I have to increase the power source or something with the inverter, or it could be the charge controller, or it could be the inverter. So maybe I gotta increase the power supply with the inverter to another 100 watts, or maybe probably a bigger inverter. But this the inverter that comes with it, a 250 watt inverter, and that's the output on it, right, as you see. So it's DC and AC inverter. And a charge controller, I think it's 30 watts. So maybe I need a more powerful charge controller. Maybe I need to up the wattage on it. And maybe I need to up the wattage on the inverter as well. But it should be enough to power like a fan and a whole bunch of other things like that, you know. I don't have a fan right now. I just got digital fans. I don't have a fan that you can just plug up direct. But I'm sure it'll work with other devices. I'm trying to find something around my house that I can plug up. I know it should do like a clock, alarm clock or something like that, you know, and other small household devices, you know. So let me see something. I'm gonna try to find this fan. I seen a small USB fan. As you see, it's doing a little small USB fan. You know, so it's doing that with no hesitation. And the battery life is right there, as you see. So I don't know. I will have to get more into the testing with this. So far, it's looking like it don't have enough power to push out to turn on this heater here. So I don't know the wattage on it. I'm trying to find some type of let's see, I think I found something here. Okay, what does that say? 120 VAC 1500 watts. So it could be okay. So that's 115 right there. This is 115, not 120. Okay, so that's the problem, guys. I figured it out. This is 120, as you see. Let me zoom in. That's why it wouldn't turn on. That's this fan making that noise. Okay. So, oh my goodness. Can't get a focus. I just hit a good focus. Okay, guys, as you see, this is 120. I'm not going to try to focus on it any longer. This is 115. So this is the problem. I will have to upgrade this to a bigger output. You see, this is 115 output, as you see. So I will have to upgrade that one, probably a little bit more than what that one already is right there. So that's the issue, what's going on with the situation, the reason why the heater wouldn't cut on. So you just make sure you look at the devices before you plug them up, because you do not want to blow. Well, you would blow a fuse. You wouldn't blow the inverter or the charge controller. You would blow a fuse. There's a fuse right here. So the fuse, there's one over here, as you see. Okay, I'm trying to zoom in. There's a fuse, safety fuse thing right there, with a main power source at, and there's one over here as well. So those will blow out before anything else would blow out if you overload the system. So now that we know that, you know, this didn't have enough power to blow it out. It just shut off on its own, because it gotta have a safety mode, a safety mechanism mode on there, so it won't blow it out. So as you see, The only thing you would have to upgrade is the charge controller if you want a little bit more power, you know. And I would recommend you upgrade the inverter as well. This is the inverter. This is the charge controller. So the charge controller, I think it's about maybe 10 to maybe 15 watts. I will upgrade it to at least 30 watts for the charge controller. And for the inverter down here, I will put a maybe 500 watts so I can power a little bit more heavy duty things, such as a heater or something like that. But the batteries is powerful enough to run this heater for a certain long length of time. So with the inverter, it's not powerful enough to turn this heater on. So that's the problem that we having right now with the test. So not all my tests I succeed, but now that I finally looked on the back and see what was the wattage on here, which is 120, and this inverter is 115. So if it was 120, it probably would have cut this on with no problem, you know. So I would need to upgrade this to a more powerful inverter. So now we know what the problem is. All right, so thanks for watching, guys. You know, this is the Solin1 generator. You know, there's other tests on here, and the guy who made this Solin1 generator, he conducted a lot of tests on it with heavy duty things, and he's showing this video of what you can do to increase the wattage and the power source and stuff like that. But it's been a while since I made a video and stuff like that, especially on the Solin1 25. I've been promising you guys this video for a long time, so I finally got to it, and there you have it. All right, thanks for watching. It will be shipped to you in a box like this, you know, with all the equipment in there. And the only thing you have to do is just, I'm gonna cover up my information, but it comes in a box like this, you know, as you see. So like I say, check it out. You know, I think it's a worth buy, you know, and I think I paid about $500 and some for this Solin1 25. I think it was worth it. I haven't used it yet since I bought it, but I will be conducting some tests on it when I go camping and stuff like that. All right, so thanks for watching. Homicide Out of Town, and it's not heavy. It's not heavy at all. You know, the batteries kind of make it a little heavy, but it's enough for you to carry, you know, and throw it on the side of your tent and run some USB cables off of it and stuff like that, you know, and some long extension cords. But you just need a little bit more power, a more powerful inverter. That's all, you know. So I'm gonna test that one with a more powerful inverter, and I'm also gonna put a better charge controller on it. But so far, I gotta look at his video and read more details about it, how to increase the wattage and stuff like that, and what I can and can't run off of it, like it is right now, you know. So I'm gonna see what can I run on it right now, you know, before I upgrade it, you know. All right, so thanks for watching. Homicide Out of Town. Let me know what you guys think. Post your comments.